Hello friends, welcome to Vastech channel. Today I am going to explain the basic concepts of networking and IP address followed by subnetting concept in IP address. So now what is a networking and what is internetwork? So we can say a network is a collection of computers, printers, routers, switches and other devices that are able to communicate with each other over some transmission media. A network is a collection of computers, printers, mobile device, routers, switches and other devices so that they can communicate. What is the main purpose of the network? The main purpose of the network to share the resource. What do you mean by resource? Resource is nothing but files or other type of services that is called as a resource. The main purpose of the network is that one. Now, my dear friends, you can see here, it is a simple network here. In this network, we have computers, servers, clients, and printers, etc. All these are connected. So now, we will proceed to the next slide and we will see how this works. What is the internet work now? Internet network is a collection of different LANs. This is one LAN which makes use of different topology, ring topology. This is one LAN which makes use of bus topology and star topology. So ring topology, star topology, bus topology, all these are connected through interconnecting device to share the resource that is called as wide area network or internet. So what is the major challenge for the network challenges? The major challenge for network engineer is the connectivity, reliability, network management and flexibility. These are the 4 challenges for the network engineer. So now, how you explain this one? Connectivity. Connectivity is the major challenge. So as a user, I expect 24/7 connectivity in my network. So this is the main challenge for the engineer. Second one is reliability. Reliability means what? Reliability means increased bandwidth. So increased bandwidth on demand, and always always there should be low delays, and it should support data, voice, video, other capabilities. In this way, my network should be reliable. So increased bandwidth, it should provide sufficient bandwidth for my network. Bandwidth on demand, today I want 10 Mbps, tomorrow depending on the situation, context, I want more bandwidth. That is called as bandwidth on demand. Low delays, there should not be congestion, there should not be jitter, low delays, and it should support data, voice, video. All these are the important reliability concept. Next one is network management. Management includes centralized support for the network. How to manage the network from the centralized point, that is called as network management. Next one is flexibility. So I should design the network and configure the network by keeping in my mind that any issues it should be able to handle, and any expansion, network expansion, adoption of new device or service should be able to include in that network. I mean, the network should be adaptable to new expansion and new type of device, services, etc. That is the flexibility. Next one is you can see, my dear students, this is a standalone environment. So the particular user is using a particular machine. So this is a simple network here. You can see couple of machines are connected here through printer, and they can access all the machines over the network. So what is the difference between standalone environment and network environment? In standalone environment, suppose I want to take printout, the printer should be connected to my machine. So if I use all machines are standalone, then I need separate printers. Otherwise, the particular person from his place has to come to this place and copy the file through pen drive or the type of device, and he has to take the printout. So this is the difference between standalone environment and network environment. You can see here, this is the network environment. Server is there, printer is connected to server, and the user can access all the users. They are accessing the service on the server and also printer. So here, so this is economically it is reliable because here we are using single ion printer. So two major type. So the now network requirements. What are the requirements for the network? My dear students, you can see that the network requirements is one server. Server is very, very important. A simple network. It requires client. So what is a server? Server provides services. What type of services? File services, print services, etc. Client is a device which requests for service. Server is a device which provides service. Networking service. Client is a device which requests for service. Media, that is very important. How you connect to all these machines, servers, etc. Resource, what do you want to exactly share? Either files, or you want to share some printer, or you want to share CD drive, etc. Users and protocol rules that governs the communication between the two systems. All these are the basic components of a network. So you can see here a simple network, server is there and clients are there, etc. Now here you can see two types of network. One is peer-to-peer based network, other one is server based network. What is the difference between peer-to-peer based network? In peer-to-peer based network, we have no security. In server based network, we have security is there because server we can install operating system which provides security. In peer-to-peer based this one all acts like a server or client. There is no security. So now you can see the specialized servers in this diagram. Mail server. In the organization you can see mail server, directory server which stores users details, users ID. Then mail server which stores users mail, application server which stores users applications, like various application software like database and other type of softwares, and file and print server where user actual file will be stored, and printer is connected to particular server which acts like a print server. These are the different types of server. Network design, we know the network design, like this is the bus topology design where all the machines are connected in this fashion. You can see what is the disadvantage here. The disadvantage is the reliable and very small network. It is applicable for small network, easy to set up but easy to extend, but heavy network traffic it cannot bear. Then if any disconnect in the this connector, it weakens the signal, and it will any break in the cable will bring the entire network down. You can see here, you can extend, we can see normally in bus topology you can extend the this one network limit by using repeater or an amplifier, but you can see in bus topology if any disconnect in between cable, then entire network will be down. So this is the disadvantage of the bus topology. That's why we are using the star topology where machines are connected to the central device which is called as hub. Nowadays we are not using hub is obsolete. Nowadays we are using switch. So so it is very easy to modify and add more computers in this network, very easy to troubleshoot, but single computer failure don't affect the network. But if the central hub fail, the network is down. That means what I want to tell you here, if this is fail, then network is down. So most of the design in the organization, they will keep the standby switches, blades and all, so that if any switch blade fails or any switches fails, they can easily replace it. So that is the main thing. So you can see here, if this computer fails, then the other computers can work. This is the advantage of the star topology. So one more topology, the ring topology. So in the ring topology, the data moves based on the a computer grabs a token and passes it around the ring, and based on that data moves from one computer to the other computer. So now, which type of cabling we are using in networking? So the four types of cablings are there. One is coaxial, second one is unshielded twisted pair, Third one is a shielded twisted pair and fiber optic. Coaxial is nowadays almost obsolete. Unshielded twisted pair, it is also called as a cat cable. So in this, there are different categories are there. You can see this in the next slide. See, coaxial cable, unshielded UTP cable, cable. This is the UTP cable. You can see here. So this is the UTP cable. The cables are here. The cables are twisted, and it is outer encapsulation is there or outer covering is there. So different types of categories of cables are Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5. You can see this Cat 1 is it is normally used for voice. So Cat 2, Cat 5 supports 100 Mbps. So Cat 1 is our telephone cable voice. So it is Cat 5 supports 100 MB. Then like that Cat 5, 6, 7 cables are there. So what is the main disadvantage of this one? Disadvantage of this one is there is a disturbance of the signals traveling through this cable because of the crosstalk. That means when this cable passes nearby electrical line, then crosstalk will be there. So how to overcome that one? To overcome that one, we have shielding. Separate shielding is there. You can see here separate shielding is there. That cable is called as STP. But these STP cables are somewhat costlier compared to STP cables are somewhat costlier compared to this one. And in this Cat 5 cable, we will connect to the computer through particular jack that is called as RJ45 registered jack. We are using registered jack for this one. So